My name is Sekinat Odumosu. Today, I'll be teaching you on how to complete the business analysis application with International Institute of Business Analysis. The last time I had a video on how to create an account with International Institute of Business Analysis, and we all enjoyed how the process went. It was very easy to do. And for those of you who did not see the video, you can go on to the previous video to see how that works. So basically, the application is the second stage after creating an account. So I'll be walking you through that journey today. But before we go on to the application, there are some things we need to familiarize ourselves with. The IBA qualification is in 3 levels, like I mentioned in the previous videos. We have the CCBA, which is the entry level in business analysis. So it recognizes individuals who are just entering into the business analysis field. So this is targeted at graduates, at individuals who want to switch their career into business analysis, or someone who just wants the knowledge of business analysis and what it entails. So the second level, which is the CCBA, is a certification of capability in business analysis. So this is targeted at professionals who have used the business analysis framework for 2 to 3 years, and they want to get certified, or they want to increase their knowledge on what business analysis itself entails. The third level, which is the IIST, is a CBAP, Certified Business Analysis Professional, and this is for professionals who have been using this framework to manage and lead teams for over 5 years. So basically, this is targeted at professionals with over 5 years experience in the business analysis field. Furthermore, each of these levels have their own requirements. So for the entry level, you only need to meet 2 requirements. The first one is for you to attend a training program, which will enable you to document the minimum 21 hours of professional development training. And the second requirement is for you to agree to the CCBA Code of Conduct. So this is very easy to do. Like I said, it's targeted at those who don't have the experience of business analysis whatsoever. So the second stage, which is the CCBA, you need to meet 3 major requirements. The first one is for you to have minimum of 3,750 hours of business analysis work experience, which must be aligned with the Babel guide. So you must be able to document 3,750 hours of projects that you've worked on in this field. So these hours, you need to at least document about minimum 900 hours in 2 of the 6 knowledge areas which were mentioned in the Babel guide. I'll be walking you through what the knowledge areas are. Or you document 500 hours in 4 of the 6 knowledge areas. So if you don't meet 900 in 2 of the knowledge areas, you can meet at least 500 in 4 of the 6 knowledge areas. And the second requirement is for you to attend a training program, which will enable you to document 21 hours of training. And you also need 2 references. They could be your career manager, they could be your clients who are CBAP recipients, they could be your boss at work. So it could be someone very experienced, like your mentor in the field, or anybody who is CBAP certified. Also, this requires you to agree to the CCBA Code of Conduct as well. The highest level, which is the CBAP, for you to be able to sit the CBAP exam, or for you to be able to apply for the CBAP certification exam, you need to meet minimum 7,500 hours of business analysis work experience, and this experience must be aligned with this Babel guide, with the 6 knowledge areas mentioned in the Babel guide. So in four of these 6 knowledge areas, you should be able to document 900 hours each in 4 of the 6 knowledge areas. So also you need to attend a training program for 35 hours. So the third one is for you to also have 2 references who will stand as a guarantor. They could be your clients, they could be your boss, it could be your career manager, or people who are CBAP certified. Also, for you to be for your application to be complete, you need to agree to the CBAP code of conduct as well. So for the knowledge areas, there are 6 knowledge areas mentioned in the BAPOP guide. The first one is business analysis, planning, and monitoring. The name itself, it has to do with planning, it has to do with monitoring. So those activities, those tasks you use in organizing and coordinating your efforts or whatever activity you are assigned to do are what you'll be documenting. For example, you gathered requirement. For example, you planned how a certain activity is going to go during the project. So the second one is elicitation and collaboration. These are tasks that you use to prepare and conduct elicitation activities and confirm the result of those activities. So activities you went through while gathering requirements, while meeting with stakeholders, these are what you will be documenting in this regard. So the third one is requirement lifecycle management. These are tasks that you use in managing and maintaining the requirements you've gathered and design information from the beginning to the end. So the fourth one is strategy analysis, and these are tasks that you use in identifying the business needs, what you did in addressing that need, and making sure that the strategy aligns with the enterprise's code of conduct. So the fifth one is requirement analysis and design definition, and these are tasks that you use in organizing requirements, tasks you use in specifying model requirements and design, tasks you carried out in validating and verifying information, in identifying solution option and estimating the potential value of those activities. The sixth one and the last one is solution evaluation, and this describes the tasks you use in assessing the performance of your activity and the value delivered by that solution that you recommended to your organization. So this basically comes at the end of the project. You determine, okay, how did it go, the performances, the KPIs, the metrics, and so on and so forth. So having done that now, then we can now log on to our dashboard and complete the application. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log on to IIBA.org. So here now I'm going to log into my account. So I have an existing one here, but this is not what I want to use. I want to use this, and I'm just going to input my password. So having done this now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to certification. I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to go to my profile first. So I'm going to click on certification on my dashboard. Okay, so here now I'm seeing IIBA certifications, this ECBA, the CCBA, and the CBAP. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to apply for CBAP, which is the highest level. Mind you, the process applies, this same procedure I will be explaining applies all through till you make payment for your exam for each of them, except IIBA, ECBA, whose exam sitting process is different from the other two. We can make another video on how that will work, but for this I'm just going to focus on CBAP. So first thing I do here is, before you will be able to do anything, you have to pay the application fee first and foremost. So I have the application fee here as $125, and I'm going to click add to cart. So for this, I'm going to update my cart. So I want to, before I pay my application fee, I want to register as a member first. So I just click on individual membership, join now. Simple as that. So once I click on that, it takes me to another page. Okay, now it wants me to fill these details first. So let's see, country of residence. Nigeria. Okay. So phone number. So I'm going to choose business analysis for this, and the name of the company. The industry is fintech. Information technology. So the professional level is, I'm going to choose a senior here. So the none, I'm going to choose no chapter. Then agree to the IBA terms and conditions. Okay, so the membership fee is I've been given a discount from $110 to $75, and an activation fee of $10. So if I click on this drop down here, it shows that I have a year membership period, and then with my application fee of $125 with my 85 membership fee made this $210 in total. So I'm going to click on next. So you can see here is a breakdown: CBAP application fee, membership fee, and activation fee. So in total, I have 3 items in my cart. So, and everything is $210. So here I'm just going to click on continue. But before you click on continue, you want to check your address and see that it's correct and it matches what you have on your profile. So here I'm going to click on continue. So here you choose the second step is for you to choose your payment method. Here you have credit card, PayPal, check, wire transfer, but I'm going to be sticking with credit card payments. So the credit card owner is this, then the card number. I have my ATM card ready here. So I have so after doing that, I have the expiry date here is this. So I process payment. Oops, there was an error. What could be the problem? Process payment. Okay, payment made. Then I have a receipt right here, and the $210 has been removed from my account. So I have a congratulatory message here. Now I'm already a member of the IIBA family. So before I go back to my profile, I'm just going to print my receipts just for reference purpose. So I'm just going to save it in PDF format. So I'm just going to save that. So it should upload already. So I go back to my profile. So they're kind of putting me through. Okay, next. So the next thing we do here now is you click on certification and fill in your PD hours. Let's do PD hours first. No, because there's something I really need to show you real quick. We're gonna go back to that certification and choose my work history first. So to make this whole process very easy, I suggest you have an Excel template where you document all the projects you've done for about 5 years for those seats in CBAP. So projects you've worked on for the past 5 years, it could be those that you worked on for just 3 months, for 2 months. Just gather them, think them through what exactly you did and where the tax fell under the 6 knowledge areas mentioned in the Bible guide. So here I have an Excel sheet here. You can go onto our website, www.arabicatraining.com, to get access to this sheet. It's free. Once you give us your details, we send it to your email address, or you can even download it on our business analysis resource page. Simple as that. So here is the front end. It just shows you how to use this sheet and things you are required to do. For the project hours, it just tells you that you need 7,500 hours for those seats in CBAP. For CCBA, you need 3,750 hours. And the education is just for you to document the training you attended. For ECBA, you need 21 hours. For CCBA, you need 21 hours as well. For CBAP, you need 35 hours. So also a note on some other details. So the first one, the first sheet after the instruction, here you can see that I have loads of projects I've worked on. Look at that. I have 52 projects I've worked on, but they are not just within one company, within 3 companies. So I have loads of them, and here, let me just expand it a little bit so it's easy to see. So I have the industry website, the country, the contact name. That would be the person in charge of that project, the team lead of that project. The contact email of that team lead is your phone number, and how the person is, if it was just a colleague or it was a senior. So moving on, we have here the project initiative, the name of that project, my role on that project, who I reported to and for how long. Then the project description, what that project was all about. Then the start date and end date, the duration, how many months did it take, how many weeks did it take, the number of hours in percentage I spent on that project in percentage, and the number of hours specifically. Then we'll move on to the knowledge areas, and here I'm just going to enter the number of hours I spent on number of hours in percentage that I spent on each of those knowledge areas. So you can see all those here. Don't worry, once I start the process, I'm going to show you the exact ones I'll be using. So I check each of those project knowledge areas and see that I meet 100% for all of them. So the hours spent on these knowledge areas, those are the ones that we would really be using for the application process itself. So for BA, once you see BA, just know it's the first one, that's the business analysis, planning and monitoring. The second one is the elicitation. The K3 is the requirement lifecycle management and all of those. And the total, the last column there is the total number of hours I spent on each of these projects. This is project 1, this is project 2, this is project 3. So for project 1, I spent just 252 hours on the project. For the second one, I spent 96. So all this must accrue to 7,500 hours. And you can see here, saying what the sheet look like. So we're just going to go back here and click on add new. So here I'm going to click on work history. So the first one is the organization name. So I will go to my Excel file. Number one here is this. So see how it is now. I'm just going to copy and go back to my Excel application, paste it. Work description, I go to the project description right here. I copy, I go back to my application and paste. So the business analysis planning and monitoring hours. So I will just go to that part here, and it is 101 hours that I spent on that activity. So I want to check the second one as well, which is 76 hours of 101. So elicitation was 76, requirement was 0, strategy analysis was 0 as well. You have to be careful with this application and ensure that you copy the correct part. So this is 25 and the solution is 50 as well. So I'm just going to put 25 and 50 here. So now I'm just going to go back to that sheet and copy out the manager's name. The manager's name here is going to be the contact name you're seeing right here. So I'll copy and paste. So I copy his last name, just cut it off from there and put it here. So I'm just going to go back again and copy his contact email, then paste it here. Oh, I didn't get that quite well. So I'm going to copy his email address here. So I'm going to paste it here. So his phone number as well. Phone number, I copy that and paste. So the start date of that project was 4/4/2014. 4/4/2014. So the date was 2014. For 2014. 2014, and the end date, so I'll go back to my Excel sheet, 15/6/2014. 15/6/2014 as well. 15/6. You can see this is the month, so that's 6. So I'm going to click on 6 here. 15/6/2014. And since I'm done, you can go back to check again, but everything seems pretty cool. So I'm going to click on save. Why is it not clicking? Another thing is you have to really be careful with the way you click on stuff, because network can be so funny. Before you know it, you're just going to see same thing in 3 places. So you can be careful with that. Now that's the network. The network is really poor. See what I told you? Now it has really documented it in two places, but not to worry, just keep on with it. So I click on add new till I exhaust all the projects that I have here. So I'm going to keep going back and forth. The easy thing about it is you have them documented in one place, so it's not really very hard to do. Not hard to do at all. This is supposed to be here. So the name of the organization is this. So the work description is this. So the BA PM hours spent was 34, 34, 10, 19, 34, 34, 10, 19. Don't mind me. I'm just cutting the process so short so that I don't have to keep going back and forth. And 14 and 19 rather. So the manager's name was still the same person as the first one. So I'm just going to copy, paste it here, cut this one off as his last name. So the email address is Chibuzo. So since I've used it before, it's going to come outside. And the phone number is this. So I paste this here. And the start and end date of that project, this is 25/4/2014. 25/4/2014. And the end date as well, 25/5/2014. So this only lasted for just a month. So if you don't want to use that process, you can use this 25/4/2014. That was April 25/4/2014. 25/5/2014. So all seem pretty good as well. So save again. So I will keep doing this until I exhaust all the projects I have on that Excel sheet. IIBA's website, and then after you do that, you go find your way back to your dashboard, then click on certification. From what you're seeing on the screen, you can see that I've been able to document the 50 projects I showed you on the Excel sheet in the previous video. So I've been able to fill all of those. So if I go to my certification menu here, I go back to my dashboard rather. If I click on certifications, okay, from here you would see that I've been able to complete my work history from here. So out of the 6 goals I'm supposed to achieve, I've only been able to achieve 1. So on here, the knowledge areas, the work history and everything, you can see that the number of hours I entered for each of the knowledge areas. For requirement lifecycle management, I did nothing on that. So that is 0. So in total, I have 8617, which means that I exceeded the 7,500 hours recommended by IIBA. So it means I'm good to go for the application. So the next step is to complete my professional development aspect, which is incomplete here. So you can either go to my PD hours under certification, or you just click on get started here, whichever one still takes you to the previous page. So here now, I'm just going to click on add new, just the same way I did the work history, but in this case, I'll be choosing professional development here. So the activity was a classroom course. I attended a classroom training. If you did an online or a webinar or a conference, whichever one your training falls under, you can just choose it. So the title of the activity was a CBAP preparatory course, since I am doing the CBAP application. So the description, so the description of the training, I have it documented in the Excel sheet. Like I said, it's just so easy. Once you have everything on the Excel sheet, all you do is just copy and paste it. So I'm just going to copy this from here now and put it on the description aspects. And yes, so the training is a classroom training led by a facilitator, and just give just a summary of what the CBAP preparatory course was. So the contact hours was 40 hours, and the organization where I did my training is Harry Baker Training Institute, which is our website. So then I put the organization's website, if they have a website. But it's so necessary that they do have a website, because it is necessary. It's very important. So the contact details of the person in charge of the organization, it could be the manager or one of their consultants. So here I'll be filling the manager here. So putting his contact details, his email address, the start date. Here on the Excel sheet as well, I have the date I did the training, which is November 19th to 23. So November 19th of 2018, November 19th to 23rd, right? November to 23rd. So it was a 4-day training. So that's all. I just save the activity. So that's all on that. So now I go back to my dashboard again and see how I've progressed on the application process. So here now, you can see that I've completed 33% of the application process. So the next stage is for me to fill in the details of my references. So I click on get started here, which will take me to another page entirely. So it's more like a form that I have to submit. So in case anything goes wrong, in case my application is selected for an audit, these are the people that IIB will be contacting to ensure that every detail I filled in my application is correct. So the first person, I have the details here on my Excel sheet. See why the Excel sheet is very important. So I will copy his name here. So I've copied his first and last name. So all I do is just separate them here. So his email address as well, I go to the Excel sheet, just copy and paste. Then copy his phone number as well. So that's all there is to do on that. So the second person as well, I will copy his email address, his name, and separate his last name from the first. Then his email address as well, I'm just going to copy it and put it here. Then his phone number. So I just copy and paste. So then once I just check through, I submit that form as well. So you can see I've completed 50% of the application process. So I've completed all this now. So the next step is for me to okay, you can see here that the professional development hours for CBAP is already recorded as 40 hours, which I exceeded by 5 hours because the required number of hours is 35 hours. So then my professional development is 100% as well. So the next thing is just click on get started on the submitting application. So it will take me to another form as well. And here, all I need to do is just agree to those code of conduct, to the terms and conditions, and it said that I've read the certification handbook required, and also to agree that I want to have my information published in the IIBA certification registry. So after doing all of this, I will just submit my application. So after that, it's just going to redirect me back to the certification page. So here now, if I'm ready to sit my exam, all I do here is just click on get started and sit my exam. But right now I'm not ready to sit the exam, so I still want to prepare more, study more, practice more questions and all of this. So next time I'm going to be making a video on how to make payment for your exam, and as well how to schedule and pass the exam, which is the next stage. So paying the exam fee is actually not very difficult. It's just the same process we took while paying the application fee. So it's really an easy step. All you need to just add the payment to your card, fill in your card details, and then make payments. That's all. So once you pay your, what's it called now? Once you make your payment, then IBA would notify you to book your exam with a prometric center, and we have one here in Lagos, Nigeria, where you can sit your exam and pass your exam. So you can see here now that the status of my application is showing application approved, which is to say that my application has been approved, so I can go ahead and make payment for the exam. So it doesn't really take much time for your application to be approved. Just make sure that you meet the requirements, and that is all. It's really not difficult. And as well, once I make the exam payment, here the eligibility ID, I will have some figures which are about, I think, 10 to 12 figures here that will show my eligibility ID. So now for the term start date and the term start end, like I said, you're going to have a year eligibility period to sit your exam. So my eligibility start now because my application is already approved. So I have a year between today and February 27th next year, 2020, to sit my exam. So till I see you next time on how to make payment for the exam and as well how to schedule the exam. Thank you for watching today's episode on how to register for your IIBA Business Analysis Certification exam. If you have more inquiries, you can contact us on via website on www.arabikatraining.com, or you can email us on info@arabikatraining.com, and we will be willing to guide you on this journey. Bye.